Hello everybody. In this video, we are going to do our portfolio application. Well, pretty much this is going to be a little more like a website where we actually go and see everything that we have done, everything that has been published, and it's going to be like an index or centralized place where we're going to deploy everything. It is really important to understand the concepts that we're going to introduce today. We are going to explain a little bit what is a component and how the components are maintained and how actually those work. And we're going to introduce the view router. We are not going to go in detail in the view router, but to understand how the single page application actually works. So let me get started. As you can see, I'm already in my folder. So I will just do view, create, and we'll call portfolio. Then we have different presets that we need to select. So we're going to select the manual select preset with the key arrows. And with the space, we are going to select router, CSS preprocessor, and we leave the other two as it is. It's going to be Babel, router, CSS preprocessor, and the linter formatter. We click enter. It's going to ask about the history mode. We say yes, keep it. We're going to select the first one, Dart with SAS. The last one is link with printer, link on save, and dedicated config files. And enter. Let's not save this. So what we're going to do is actually going to be creating our project with a little more functionality that we had it before. One of those functionalities is actually the router, is the one that I want to introduce today and explain it. But before we actually going to do something in our application, we were pretty much been seeing what is actually happening. So let's give it a minute. We'll finish. Almost there. And it's done. So let me go to the portfolio and we can do a yarn serve to start our server. Perfect. I have this open. Let me just click enter. And we have a simple view application. Now there is a little bit different here. As you can see, we have some kind of menu on the top. If we click in the about page, a new page is open, and we click in the home, we'll see the home page again. But I want to notice something. There is no like a flickering. What I'm talking about that? Let me go here and click enter. Do you see how this like a blink the page? Let me do it again. So that blinkering, but you do an address from here. You see how they actually disappear a little bit? And then it appear because it gets loaded. Well, if we do through the menu, that doesn't happen. And I want to explain you what's happening here. The best way to do it is actually looking at the code. So I have my Visual Studio Code open. Let me open the folder. I will click open. I will select my portfolio. I'm already pointing there, that's why. And just click the folder directly. And let me go to the application.view. In here you will see that we have a navigation menu with a couple of weird components called router links. That's a really important piece. Router links are like a links that is going to be working inside the view application when we are using view router. The first one is pointing to a root. The second one is pointing to the about page. After that, we have a router view, which pretty much we're going to be loaded. All this information is defined in a new folder that we have specified as router. In the index file, index of the router, we have different routes already specified in there. Right now you will see that the home is the path with this home router, home component, and the /about is using the component about. Those components, this is showing like a different way how to describe this. But let's simplify it. Let me just about, and let me import the about component to simplify things here. There you go. So you need to import your components, or your views in this case, and you load it in the different routes. So depending what you're doing, what you're getting. If we saw the view section, we saw the home, is where we have the logo, and the about is the one that says this is the about page. Right? Well, we have a lot of most information here, where this is actually described. This is described in the home view. We have a new component inside this component, and it's called the Helloworld Component. This component came from the component section, and it's where we describe all the links. So it's a little bit difficult to understand a little bit at the beginning, but if you follow up the imports, you will see what is happening. We know that the entry point of our application is the application view. We have the router identifiers, is going to be in these routers. So depending, this guy what we're going to be doing is we are landing here, is going to send this component over. It will land in the about page, it will send that in the about component. So let's create another test component, and let's do new file in my views. Let's call this another page. And in here, because we have the library installed, we can type vbase and give you like the auto completion. We click tab, we have that. So we specify the name. It's going to be another page, and hello from another page. Perfect. We have another page already ready. In order to render it, we need to put it in the router. So we are going to import another page from the views another page, is where we actually save it. And then we are going to copy with the comma. Well, actually, let me do it manually. We're going to type comma, a new object, and we need to specify the path. And this path is going to be another. You can put whatever you want. In my case, to keep some kind of consistency, I will put another. I will name this path, so I just put like another is another name, and I use the component another page, and we save it. So now, if I go to my / another, hello from another page, that gets rendered. So that means that we specify what is going to be there. But now we need to put it on the menu. So we can go to the about, we can go to home, but if we want to navigate to there, we need to put another router link, sorry. So let's actually, in the application view is where we have those links created. And I will copy this one. Actually, let me copy this little pipe, and then we put it here, another. That's it. And now we have the about and the another page in the menu. Something else that I want to show you, as I already saw that view works with components. In reality, the only things that we are doing, we are looking, is our index file. As you remember, and the index file, the index HTML is the one to actually get rendered to the client. And Vue, what it's going to be doing is going to send everything to the div with the app ID. So in reality, in a traditional website, we have several HTML pages, and we are rendering those pages whenever we need it. In this case, we are rendering only one page, and then JavaScript is dynamically changing the content. That is why you don't see that flickering, because JavaScript is just pretty much removing the content and showing a new component, depending on the rules that we specified before. That makes the applications look to work faster. That way we have less interaction with the server. Everything is actually client-based, and this is pretty much the definition of single-page application, because a single page is just one HTML being rendered multiple times through JavaScript changing the content. And what we're doing. So one last step that I want to do in this really quick video. Let's go to the application. So we have this navigation component here, or navigation section. Let me say that I want to clean up a little bit my code, and I want to use this in another place. So I can actually just copy this. Let me go to components. I will put navigation.view, and we'll call this one navigation. By the way, if you're looking that I'm typing too fast, it's just to make the video a little bit shorter. You can stop the video at any time to see what is actually the code that we have in the screen. So in the template, let me paste it. And let me remove the styling, because we are not using styling here. So we have the navigation there. Perfect. What we can do now in the application view, we're going to open the script tag. Let's actually name this one. It was not named before, so main app, for example. And from here, we're going to import navigation from, and we're going to specify from our component folder, navigation. And this is called actually navigation. There you go. Now, inside our export, we need to specify comma and type components, a new object, and we're going to register this component here. So you need to import it, you need to register, and now we can just do something as simple as this. Let's see to see how our page actually looks like. The same. So what we did, we extract information, we created a new component called navigation, and then we are importing that component here and put it in our template. That way you can scaffold your application a little bit more and have a better way to organize your code. This is how actually the component works and the router works. So I will stop the video right now, this section, and the next one we're going to continue. We're going to clean up everything and start doing our portfolio. I hope that you like it. Happy coding, everybody.